Oh, it's happening, and this time, it's real. What's coming out of Westminster right now is shaking the palace like thunder inside a teacup. The British Parliament, yes, the actual lawmakers, are reportedly preparing to do what the royal family itself refuses to, strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their royal titles. After years of Netflix deals, tell-all interviews, and red carpet rebellion, the patience of Britain's establishment has finally hit its breaking point. What started as whispers is now turning into paperwork, official documents. And this time, it's not gossip, it's government. If this move goes through, Harry and Meghan could lose everything, their titles, their status, and the last fragile thread that connects them to the crown. So grab your tea, because this story isn't just about titles, it's about revenge, power, and one future king who's done playing nice. This all begins deep inside London's Parliament buildings, where something big is brewing behind those stone walls. According to insiders, lawmakers, exhausted by what they call the never-ending Sussex circus, have quietly started drafting what's being called a letters patent reform bill. Think of it like a royal reset button. One powerful act that could wipe out every controversial title in one clean stroke. This proposed reform doesn't just target Harry and Meghan, it could also touch Prince Andrew, the York sisters, and anyone whose royal title has become a PR nightmare. The last time Britain saw something like this was back in 1936, during the abdication crisis, when a king gave up his throne for love. Except this time, it's not about romance. It's about respect. For years, the monarchy tried to keep calm and carry on while Harry and Meghan turned royal heritage into Hollywood gold. But now? Parliament's patience has snapped. The message is crystal clear. If you mock the crown, you don't get to cash in on it. And here's where it gets even juicier. While everyone's talking about Parliament, palace insiders are whispering that this whole movement might have Prince William's fingerprints all over it. For months, William has been watching in silence as his brother aired family secrets on global platforms, the interviews, the documentaries, the accusations. And finally, he's done. Enough is enough. Those close to William describe him as calm on the outside but absolutely furious behind closed doors. He reportedly believes the monarchy can't move forward while the Sussexes still hold royal titles. And guess what? He's not alone. Senior royal aides are said to be rallying behind him, claiming that to save the institution, the rot must be cut away from the roots. William's not reacting, he's strategizing. He's had it with his father's hesitation. Sources say he's been urging King Charles to take action for months. But when Charles hesitated, William started building quiet alliances. And this time, Parliament started listening. Because when William runs out of patience, he doesn't argue, he moves. And this move could finally bring the Sussex saga to an end. So how does Parliament take on the palace? With paperwork and precision. This isn't just talk, lawyers are reportedly drafting what's being called a one-bill solution. A royal reform act strong enough to strip titles and reset royal ranks in one sweeping motion. Westminster is calling it a constitutional spring cleaning. The goal? To close every messy chapter, from Prince Andrew's disgrace to the Sussexes' monetization of royal privilege, all in one historic stroke of a pen. And here's the kicker. This has actually happened before. In 1917, King George V created the original letters patent, the law that defines who can be called prince or princess. Now, over a century later, Parliament wants to rewrite it for the modern age, an age where titles are earned through service, not through streaming deals. For a clock, now let's talk about the royal elephant in the room, King Charles. While Parliament sharpens its pens and William sharpens his resolve, the king is reportedly torn between love and legacy. On one hand, he's a father who still loves his son. On the other, he's a monarch facing a national embarrassment. Insiders say aides have begged him to act, to make a decision before Parliament does it for him. But Charles fears backlash, especially from America. One palace insider even claimed he's terrified of headlines like, "King punishes the Black Duchess." William, however, is done with the fear. He's tired of watching the crown bend under pressure. To him, hesitation looks like weakness, and weakness is how empires fall. When Charles stalls, William acts. Palace whispers say he's been holding quiet meetings with sympathetic members of parliament, those who still believe the monarchy should stand for something. And just like that, the heir became the hammer, doing what the king won't, to save what the king can't. Behind those castle gates, there's no shouting, just silence. And in royal life, silence says everything. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, Meghan Markle is said to be in full-blown panic mode. Her entire empire, the podcasts, the documentaries, the luxury brand deals, all revolve around one word, Duchess. And now that word is hanging by a thread. Sources say Meghan's use of her royal title for business has become a symbol of what many see as the biggest issue with the modern monarchy. Her title stopped being a birthright, it became a brand. There are even claims that Meghan legally used Duchess of Sussex on certain documents, solidifying the title as a trademark. That move raised eyebrows everywhere, from Westminster to Buckingham. She turned royalty into retail, one insider said. But this time, the palace isn't laughing. William's legal team is reportedly working overtime with parliamentary lawyers to ensure that if the bill passes, Meghan won't be able to use her Duchess title commercially, not in speeches, not in contracts, not anywhere. And as you can imagine, that news didn't go down well in Montecito. According to reports, Meghan has called emergency PR meetings, rewritten business plans, and even started removing royal references from her projects. It's not just a financial blow, it's an identity crisis. For years, she was the Duchess who walked away. But what happens when the crown she walked away from walks away from her? And then there's Harry, the prince who gave up duty for dreams, now facing a reality he never saw coming. Without his title, he's just another celebrity trying to stay relevant. Insiders say he's been calling the palace repeatedly, desperate to speak with his father. Some describe his tone as pleading, others, as panicked. He's reportedly told friends that losing his royal title would destroy everything, the book deals, the influence, the speaking tours. But William? Ice cold. He made his choice, William allegedly told a senior aide. Now he has to live with it. That one line says it all. To William, Harry isn't a brother anymore, he's a liability. And to the establishment, Harry is Exhibit A, a prince who turned privilege into profit and left the monarchy looking like a spectacle. Behind closed doors, King Charles is said to be deeply conflicted, a father who can't protect his son without weakening his crown. But in Parliament, the emotion is gone. They see this as reform, necessary, overdue, and symbolic. This isn't about punishing Harry and Meghan. It's about protecting the future of the monarchy itself. And here's where the story takes an emotional turn, the children. Archie and Lilibet, two little royals who've grown up under California sunshine rather than British rain, are suddenly caught in the middle of a constitutional battle. Meghan insists their royal birthright should be protected, that her children deserve their titles. But lawmakers disagree. They're reportedly invoking King George V's 1917 rule, the same one defining who can be called prince or princess, and arguing that royal status should apply only to those who live and serve in the UK. One brutal insider line sums it up, no crown for California kids. And that line has set the internet ablaze. If this reform passes, Archie and Lilibet could become the first modern royal children stripped of their titles. For Meghan, it's not just political, it's deeply personal. Her brand, her motherhood, her image, all built around being the mother of a prince and princess. Without that, she's just Meghan, mom of two from Montecito. Behind the scenes, aides say she's furious, calling it an attack on her children. But Parliament's answer is cold and clear, it's not punishment, it's policy. Then comes the night no one saw coming. London, quiet, cold, still. At midnight, the royal website updates. Two names disappear. No announcement, no ceremony, just gone. The titles Duke and Duchess of Sussex are erased. The motion passes, and Buckingham Palace doesn't deny it. For Harry and Meghan, it's the end of their royal story. The title's gone, the brand shaken, the fairy tale rewritten. For King Charles, it's bittersweet, a father's heartbreak mixed with a monarch's relief. And for Prince William, it's victory. Not loud, not boastful, but absolute. He did what many said he couldn't. He saved the crown from itself. As dawn rises over Westminster, one question lingers in the golden light: if Parliament, and the future king, can rewrite the monarchy once, what else might they rewrite next?